Hey, Merry Christmas! In Japan, it's December 23rd. It's almost Christmas Eve. For me, it's been a long day. I took the day off from work. Yeah, in Japan, Christmas Eve nor Christmas Day are considered holidays, so my peers are actually at work. That's almost unfathomable. So, since I'm in Japan, I definitely took the time off. Since I have no lessons, I'm not just gonna like sit around at school when it's Christmas time. So yeah, busy going through all the photos from 2020. It's been a long year. It's been a wild year. It's been a strange year, and I think we've spent so much time worrying or obsessing about the future that I didn't spend a lot of time in the present moment. At least according to my memories. Like, I'm going through my photos and I see that, uh, 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 like, I remember it now, but if you ask me, oh, what happened in June? I don't know. I worried a lot, but I don't really remember. But yeah, going through the photos was really helpful. Um, but tomorrow's Christmas Eve, so I'm doing my Japan Christmas. I've made a reservation at KFC to pick up my Christmas pack. For those who don't know, there's a tradition in Japan where you order KFC on Christmas or Christmas Eve as a way of like kind of like do what the foreigners do, but foreigners don't eat KFC for Christmas, so it's kind of a not a misnomer, but like a yeah misrepresentation or mis I don't know. I don't know if I'd say it's a stereotype. It's just some wrong. uh, but for whatever reason, it's popular in Japan to eat KFC for Christmas, so I'm doing it. Uh, I don't usually eat fried foods, so I'm kind of looking forward to just junk food for Christmas. And I did reserve a Christmas cake. You know, the cake we eat for Christmas. You don't know? Okay, so this is another kind of misrepresentation. In Japan, it's common to order a Christmas cake. And to kind of break that down, like in Canada and in Britain, a Christmas cake would be like a fruit cake. But in America, I don't, I don't know that we would have a concept of what Christmas cake is. I would think, oh, an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Like, what's a Christmas cake? So anyway, it's usually a shortcake with strawberries on top. Sometimes it's chocolate cake. Sometimes it's a like a matcha green tea cake, but or like a chocolate roll cake. I think it's called a bound cake, but it looks like a log. And so I ordered one that's like got almond cream frosting with the sponge cake inside is actually Earl Grey flavor. So it's going to be this rich and fragrant cake with a creamy almond icing, and then it has a little strip of blueberry jam at the bottom. So I'm really looking forward to tasting this cake. It was, I guess, about $20, and I think it's going to be like this big, like a very small cake. But when in Rome, do as the Japanese do, right? And also, I've got it planned to pick them all up by lunchtime, and then just spend my afternoon watching all my last Christmas movies. We're in the final countdown of Christmas. Goodness gracious! I did actually buy myself some gifts and wrap some gifts, so I'm actually kind of excited to open everything, even though I know what it is. It's the thought that counts. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna watch Muppet Christmas Carol, The Christmas Toy by Jim Henson. I'm gonna watch Yogi's First Christmas and Scooby Doo: The Nutcracker Scoob. Um, Maybe a couple more that I forgot. I just watched Rudolph last night. Um, I was watching Home Alone 2 earlier today, but it took hours to go through my hard drive and look at all the photos I took for 2020 because I was taking so many extra photos because at the beginning of 2020, I thought I was coming home to America. So I decided, oh, I better take a photo of that and a photo of that and a photo of that in order to remember it. But, I've spent a whole extra year, so all of these photos, I mean, I'm glad I took them, but darn, there are a lot of photos. Thousands. So, and it took a long time for like my hard drive to load each one. So I'm like, I go to the next one, it takes time to load. Okay, I see it, skip. So I made a little album of my very favorite photos from the past year. Most of it's just about being resilient. And, when I realized I couldn't find masks that fit my face, because I don't know, I've got kind of a sizable nose, I made my own. When winter was depressing, I indulged in like delicious bakery treats or, just different anxiety coping mechanisms. Um, just kind of leaning into my interests, anything that would kind of give me comfort, connecting with people while it was still safe. um, I'm reflecting on the different video games I played and the memories I have with my elementary school students and my other English teaching friends and all of the new friends who rose to the occasion to help support me this year. Like, invaluable. I'm just so thankful. It was I don't know if I could say it was a good year, but like there were some great moments in 2020. Oh, the people who helped me in ways maybe they don't even understand. We were still able to make it an okay year. I don't know. I guess my mind, like when I realized I wasn't going home, I maybe part of my brain just said, "Well, then I'm not going to try to remember anything, I guess." Or maybe it's a trauma response since the uncertainty and me having to change my plan was more traumatic than I thought. I don't know. We'll know from therapy in the future, I guess. But I'm doing well now. Um, but just seeing all these great things I accomplished and photos of beauty in my life, and oh boy, videos are popping up. Um, Saying goodbye to friends and mentors, looking at how my apartment has changed, about how talking to friends, playing Jackbox with my friends, going on Discord, having Zoom calls, doing Marco Polo. Gosh, I was so bad at Marco Polo. I mean, it's great to see your friends that way, but it's like they would pile up and that would be so much pressure. It's hard to describe. If we were in the same time zone, we would call each other or see each other. Oh, Animal Crossing! Oh my gosh. Connecting with people that I had lost contact with all throughout this year. Pleasantly surprised. Oh, doing some Zoom calls and Discord calls, and just seeing how, even though winter was especially dark this year, that spring eventually came, and just seeing my old hometown in the like rural town I used to live in. It's gorgeous. What a year. And like, I should be in America with my family right now. Just a reminder. But we are all in this together. Not just in a sappy way, but literally the actions that you take and that they take and that for that person takes affects me. The longer it takes America to like get with the program, start to do precautions or get back onto them. I mean, if you don't wear a mask, I can't come home. Now, I'm sure anybody who's watching this already knows that and already believes in science, but I see the number keep increasing. The John Hopkins records, which I think are reliable, they keep going up. It's not even plateauing, it's just like steadily increasing exponentially. That sucks. And it makes me feel like my hometown is on fire. Yeah, those kind of that kind of anxiety has been a thread throughout this whole year. So maybe that's why I'm having trouble remembering different parts of the year. Some of my favorite memories of this year were memes, like just different jokes and stuff that would make me laugh, or like emails from my mom and dad. Just like their support means so much. It's so good when the people you need to be strong are strong, because that gives me strength for when others need me to be strong. And the fact that that was just available to me is just such a blessing in such a dark year. I don't want this to be super, depressing and heavy, but it's been an interesting year, and just remembering when people were there for me. That's so awesome. When you need someone and they're there. And this isn't to make anyone feel guilty if, yeah, this is not to, no, it's nothing like that. I'm just so glad we all made it together. We made it, we freaking made it. And just, it's also a good reminder because we're currently in, I think it's called Toji or Toshi, which is like the part of the winter, part of the year with the shortest amount of daylight. So up until like first week of January, we're gonna have very minimal, like the minimum capacity of daylight days, and that could be depressing. Like seasonal depression is real. Um, so what was the point? Oh, just seeing photos of when it was spring and summer, and seeing my students, and seeing the flora and fauna. Photos at restaurants back when it was okay to do it. Looking at the final summer at my old apartment. Seeing my students smile, seeing my friends support me, being able to support my friends when they need me. More memes. Yeah, more memes. And then the last snow, April 13th of this year. It makes me wonder how how winter will be in my current city. I wonder. Getting a new job, taking all the steps to apply for that, qualify for it, get the documents I needed, get the health check I needed, get the very specific, very Japanese photo you need for an interview. Like for a job application, you have to send a photo. Doesn't that seem wrong? These they worry about what you look like. I mean, I know applications in America are not fair in other ways, but I guess I'm just lucky I don't have crazy hair or something. When I say that, I don't mean. Ugh. What I mean is because I'm bald, I don't have to worry that my hair looks unkempt or looks. It's like the wrong color or something. Because people are dyeing their hair green and pink and everything this year. So what I meant was, uh, I mean, I'm lucky that there's nothing extreme about me. I just happen to be bald, so it is what it is. Um, but I don't know if I agree with having to include a photo on your application. But anyway, yeah, I had made the decision to stay in Japan earlier this year until next year, and I also took all the steps I needed to find job opportunities and to make applications and go to interviews. There was only one interview, and I got it, thank goodness. And then I had to move house. I've never had to do that. I came to Japan with 3 suitcases, and that's it. But I've accumulated 3 years worth of belongings and furnishings and memories that I want to take with me to the new house. So here I am in my new apartment, and it's great. And I've painted and I've moved things around, and a lot of transitions. Yeah, and then I'm not sure when it was. I guess it was late October, early November when I realized like I couldn't fly home for Christmas, and it was heartbreaking. And for most of November, I was resentful and depressed about, every single difference and novelty thing in Japan that would have made me laugh was a trigger. Just the way the roads are, and the way parking lots are, and the way you can't even read ingredients on a box of Japanese food. It's all in Japanese. I mean, of course, what do I expect? But that was so triggering for me. Um, and I would be glad to be back in America, but America's still on fire. So I'm waiting for it to get with the program. That's what I mean when I say we're all in this together. If the people in Florida get their act together, but then the people in Georgia are still doing nonsense, that nonsense spills over into Florida. And I mean, Florida's like top 3 worst corona cases in America, and probably one of the top 10 like provinces on the planet. I guess what I mean is we have more infections in Florida than in some countries. For example, I think, yeah, they have about 7 to 10 times more infections than Japan does. So that's alarming. Yeah, I'm hopeful that 2021 will look at it like a new year. We'll have like health regulations. We have the vaccine coming out. Um, I don't know. People seem to be reading a different newspaper than I am. In the newspaper that I read, it says like the coronavirus is real and it's something we should do, take all precautions we can to prevent it, since we don't have like proof that the vaccine works. And for about 10 months, we had no hope of a vaccine. So like prevention, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We can't be cavalier, especially at this point when I'm not a health professional. You don't have to listen to my advice. But I feel like I can't be silent about this when it's the thing that's preventing me from coming home to see my family. The reason this Christmas sucked is because people aren't taking this seriously. I wanted to come on here and just talk about how awesome this year has been despite how bad it's been. But I guess I'm still kind of bitter about it, and rightfully so. So I'm resolved to do everything I can to prevent the coronavirus in my community, and I expect everyone else to do the same so that I can eventually join my own community back in Florida. It's up to you. It's like the Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent something that's so preventable. So anyway, yeah, I'm sleepy. It's 10 o'clock at night now. It's Christmas Eve, and I'm gonna watch movies tomorrow. I'm gonna pick up my fried chicken, and I'm going to eat my cake, and then I'm gonna watch Christmas movies nonstop. Yeah, I'm not gonna do festive stuff. And then I'll look at my photos from going to America last year and get melancholy. It's par for the course. I have to experience that sorrow so that I can like acknowledge that this is happening. Um, this is my first Christmas away from my family in 33 years. My first Christmas away from my family, and this is my 33rd year. That's my Jesus year. He died at 33, and at first I thought that was kind of an omen, like, oh no, but like Jesus was also resurrected. You know, maybe that would be a good omen for this year of life, 33 years old. So I'm hoping to be resurrected this year. I'm hoping to, find new life in a desolate horizon. So let's do our best. There are a few things to look forward to next year, and just the concept that I might be able to come home. I can't make my reappointment decision until March, which means there's time for America to catch up. There's time for America to get with the program. And if we can plateau, I haven't made the ultimatum yet, but at some point, if there's prospect in America for me within the next 12 months, in March, I could come home. And after a year of suppressing that idea of coming home, it feels so exciting to like take the steps to get ready to come home, like selling my furniture and shipping clothing and artifacts and souvenirs home, and like planning my airplane flight home, and like planning all the American things I want to do when I get home. Hopefully, if I got home in next fall, we would still be wearing masks, but we could go to restaurants, or enough people would be vaccinated in my area that it's not so perilous. I really didn't want this to become like a heavy thing, so I'll end it just on the Christmas spirit. I've been reading this book, Christmas. I ordered it again to Japan, but my original one is in America. But I'll read you today's entry, and I'll end it with that. So, joy, joy, joy ties a bright bow on everything. Joy sees the sparkle in the snowflake, the potential in the day. And joy finds a reason to sing. Living this day in joy doesn't mean there will be less stress or fewer things to do. It simply means you will see the gold thread that runs through it. It means you will be able to find sweetness and levity wherever you are. Let joy carry you. Let it uplift you. Let it light your way. This is a Christmas unlike any Christmas I've experienced, and I can't even spend it with people. They say, if you can't be with the ones you love, love the ones you're with. But I can't be with ones here. Yeah, my family and everybody is back in America. It's bizarre. It's uncanny. But we gotta find joy, or else we'll only experience the bad stuff. We gotta look for the joy. So, I hope everybody's having a good Christmas. trust that I would love to be in America right now, but you know, this year is a special year, and it's fate, it's destiny's way of making sure I get to experience an authentic Japanese Christmas. That's the spin I have to put on it, or else I'll um, just like sink into despair. So let's try to find joy wherever we are, and let's have a great Christmas, and let's start thinking about the new year and look at our photos from the past year and look at all the good stuff that happened. I've made myself proud through my decisions, my reactions, my my ability to adjust and adapt, my ability to build my nest when I was worried that I might lose my job or that supplies and foodstuffs would become scarce. I mean, in many ways, I'm very secure, and that's such a blessing. So, in honor of that, I rejoice this Christmas. Merry Christmas, and have a happy new year. Love you guys.